Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Breath of the Wild. I apologize for the little hiccup recording there. Though, if you're watching this in the future and all the episodes are already up, then don't worry about it. But on the plus side, hold on, I'm trying to remember where the house is for the little quest here. On the plus side, I've got my new computer all set up, and it indeed has an HDMI output, which means that I can record PC gameplay. So, hooray! We've got expanded options for what we can play next. And there is a big update scheduled for Outer Wilds come September. And I have no idea anything about it other than it's scheduled to come out on September 28th, and it's called Echoes of the Eye. That's all I know. And yeah, I think maybe we'll, once that drops, that'll be the next game we play, because I would like to play Outer Wilds again. So, my next step is to try and remember which house is the one with the girl that can't eat anything. It is not you. I didn't know Capson actually made his home here, but alright. Ah, here you are. Oh, our daughter, the only thing she'll eat is cake. Can't anything be done? We scour the world searching for a cake that would please her. None have. Imagine how much money we've spent. Papa, excuse me. What's more important to you, money or our daughter? I see. If that's the case, even if I have to sell my soul to a monster, I'll get my hands on a cake that can cure our daughter. You're talking about monsters now. This is absolutely insane, Mama. I did take the liberty between episodes, while I could not record, to bake a monster cake. So, can I just give them the cake? Take this. Cake. What is this a monster cake? I should give this to my daughter? Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh wow, it's certainly quite pungent. Phew. I suppose I can't complain about things like that. If our daughter can get better thanks to this cake, I'll wake her up right away and try to get her to eat it. And they don't find it at all suspicious that I walked up and handed them a monster cake right after she was talking about selling her soul to a monster. Oh, I think they're supposed to spawn outside, aren't they? Oh, there they are. Okay. Thank you so much. That monster cake, our daughter wolfed it down with unbelievable gusto. It seems her health has returned to her. I don't even know what to say. I'm just so thankful. Oh, I know, this isn't much, but please take it. Sweet. Thank you. Could you maybe try talking to her sometime as well? Yeah. Come back. There you are. Hello. Are you a traveler? That's right. So, have you heard of monster cake? Absolutely. Isn't it so gross? Ick. I don't know if it's just because I ate the monster cake, but I have so much energy now. If you run out of energy, you should eat some too. I will not, but thank you. You, sir, you have a quest for me. What's the deal? I'm a traveler. I normally don't have time to mingle with commoners, but I have a feeling about you. I'll make an exception this time. Your clothes. I'm guessing you're a little hard up for cash, am I right? No. Humph. Oh, alright, fine. Okay. I appreciate your honesty. I actually lied to you, though. For the down payment, I'd say 100 rupees sounds fair, yes? Down payment? I don't care about the details. Here, take it. Hand. Cool. So you accept them. Excellent. Now listen to what I have to say. Just because you told me to hold out my hand and you just plopped a rupee in it doesn't mean I accept whatever contract, especially since you haven't even told me the terms yet. The Torin wetland lies to the west of here. You're aware that there are guardians there. Not just one, either. Two of them. You know how dangerous they are. So, sonny boy, I'd like you to find and wallop both of them in Torin wetland. Then come and see me. Okay, will do. Hello, I have been paid a lot of money to wallop you. Prepare to be walloped. Wallop number 1 successful. Preparing to commence wallop number 2. Hello, I'm here to murder you for cash like I did your friend just now. Wallop number 2 successful. That was easy. Easiest 100 rupees I ever made. I guess it'll end up being 120 rupees in a minute here. Hello, I have come to claim my prize. It's you. Do you need something else from me? Guardian's kaput. Okay, okay, I saw the whole thing. You did splendidly. I'll give you the rest of the reward, as I promised. Cool. Why do you look so disappointed? It can't be because the reward is lower than the down payment, can it? You commoners with your notions and assumption. The whole idea about a down payment is that a small part of the final payment is an idea that is entirely unique to the common folk. In any case, our business is concluded. Go over there, or anywhere really. Anywhere that isn't right here. Right, okay. What a jerk. Oopsies. Hello, honey. How are you feeling? I'm fine. Tell me something else. Fear the calamity? What? That's boring. What'd you like eating? I hate everything. But I'll eat some cake if you have some. Jesus. Love, it's such a sublime, precious thing, you know? My best wishes to the couple. Now that the wedding's over, we should probably head back to Hateno Village. Well then. Carson, we're going home. Okay. Later, Carson. Hey, wait a second. Honey's name doesn't end in son, nor does her family's. What's up with that? I mean, I guess maybe they're not employed by Terrytown, I guess? I don't know. Right then, now that all that's settled, I think it's time for us to head on over to the Spring of Power. I've been meaning to go there for some time now, and haven't gotten around to it. But Terrytown is done, and so are the only side quests there that I'm aware of. So, yeah, time to take care of that now. I got Skywatcher patrols probably to stop me from getting to the Spring of Power, I guess. But, or maybe stopping anyone from getting to the Spring of Power, I don't know. But, too bad they weren't actually watching the skies. Oh well, their loss. I now cannot unsee that this looks like the, I think it's the Spring and Skyview Temple in Skyward Sword. I like having Link's face visible because it's like, when you activate the memories, it's like the only time he ever emotes.
El poder sagrado que ha heredado la familia real para enfrentar a Ganon puede despertarse por medio de plegarias. Al menos eso he oído siempre. Mi madre juraba que el poder algún día despertaría en mí y que escucharía a los espíritus, igual que mi abuela. Pero yo no he podido sentir ni escuchar nada. Mi padre insiste en que deje de perder el tiempo haciendo mis investigaciones y que me esfuerce más. Pero
cursing the gods is probably not a good idea.
He suplicado en las tierras ligadas a las antiguas deidades. Y a pesar de todo, el poder sagrado no responde a mi devoción. Te ruego que me digas, ¿qué es lo que estoy haciendo mal?
Sad Zelda is not my favorite Zelda. I don't like Sad Zelda. Make her happy. Yeah, I hate seeing Zelda so upset, even though she's not really my favorite character. I don't, I think I've said in previous episodes, I don't hate her. I just, she does annoy me a little bit. But I don't know, like, that's a very human moment where she's frustrated at the fact that, the entire kingdom is relying on her to make sure the world doesn't get friggin' annihilated. I think it's fair for her to be pretty stressed out about that whole situation. I think I guess I would say the character writing, more so than the writing in general, uh, it struggles a little bit more in this game. And that makes me sad because interesting characters are like my favorite parts of stories for the most part. Ooh, my goodness, that was close. So, yeah, the like I like the characters in concept, but their dialogue is a little strange sometimes, and I don't know if it's more like I only notice it because the acting isn't, you know, top tier, but I don't know what it is to be exact. Uh, and while I'm in the middle of trying to not be killed by a guardian, it's probably not the best time for me to be trying to think about it. But I don't know. I, I I definitely feel like it's not quite up to scratch with other Zelda games, which is unfortunate. Oh wait, he's doing that. Yeah, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Cool. All right. Easy. Not a problem. Um, yeah, and I think mm, this is their choice to make Zelda. I think the dang it, the weirdest choice they made was to have the story be experienced all as memories. That was a bit of a gamble, and it seems like it didn't pay off for a lot of people. That seems to be pretty consistently complained about, which I don't really blame people for, to be honest. And I I don't mind it so much. I think it would have been cool if it was more like if we had Age of Calamity, but with this game, if that makes sense. Like if this was the game where it actually would have been kind of interesting if this was the game about stopping Ganon's return, and then Age of Calamity, or whatever you would call it. I guess Age of Calamity works well. Would be something like a future disciple of Ganon travels back in time to ensure Ganon's resurrection, and he succeeds. And then Age of Calamity, like that game, is more about. Hold on, let me get rid of that. That game is about like Ganon is on the rise again, and so the champions are dead. Zelda and Link are all that's left, and so you have to. Hold on, where am I going? I'm going to Mount Lanayru. Um, yeah, so I guess you have to fight your way through the increasing hordes of monsters, and I don't know. That might be a little bit not so good with because like the conceit with Age of Calamity. I guess spoiler alert if you hadn't seen it, but it's like you get the quote unquote future champions, you get the descendants of the champions fighting alongside the actual champions. So I don't know how that would work out, but point is, I think not really getting to know these characters in their own times and only knowing them through brief snippets of memory was a little strange. And even though it doesn't bother me so much, I think the fact that I don't think it added anything. Oh, let me get proper gear going on here. It didn't add anything, and it actively detracted from many people's experience. That in and of itself is like that. That's not so good. Oop, there's a shrine over this. Yeah, I know where this is. This is on the eastern slope of the mountains. So, am I still cold? Of course I'm still cold. I didn't put on a warm tunic. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think Breath of the Wild is something of a conundrum because it's like my favorite game in terms of uh, like actual gameplay, or one of my favorite Zelda games in terms of actual gameplay. But I think it's one of my least favorites in terms of the story of it because like it kind of tries to be like how should I put it? So like A Link to the Past, for instance, it kept its story relatively simple. I mean, it's not the simplest story, but it's pretty straightforward, you know. And it didn't overreach itself or anything like that. Um, and they didn't really go super crazy with it, you know. But this game, it took a few weird directions. Ooh, that's nice. You know, what with the ancient Sheikah tech and the divine beasts and the champions and the fact that it takes place 100 years after the calamity. It was such a strange a strange way to do it that the story itself kind of suffers for it, unfortunately. And so it's not like a terribly complicated story. It just made a whole bunch of weird choices that made it funky. Um, I think my favorite Zelda game in terms of story, though, is, as people may have guessed, considering I can't shut the heck up about it, is Twilight Princess, because Twilight Princess is the best game ever made. Fight me, bro. No, it's just I really like that story, and I think that one is also kind of weird though. And I think it probably wasn't really. Maybe it was. I don't know, but the tendency for Zelda games is it's a pretty straightforward save the princess, kill the big pig man, and save the world. But Twilight Princess is, I would argue, not even about Link. Link is the protagonist, but it's about Midna and her journey through the world. And I think that's kind of what makes it interesting. Is it, you know, you're not stuck with the intentionally blank protagonist character or the princess who's, you know, locked away in a castle for 90% of the game. It's your companion character, and you get to watch her develop as a person throughout the story. And that's, I think, what made that game very interesting, and what made Midna as a character interesting is because she was in a position of, because she's not like a pre-established trope of a character like say Link or Zelda are, she was kind of allowed to be whatever, and they did interesting stuff with it, and I think it paid off wonderfully. I think based on the reaction of the community, that's a pretty common consensus, is that Midna is one of the favorite characters of the fans. Like she's definitely up there, as far as I can tell. I don't think I've ever heard anyone go away. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about her, and she's usually pretty. Oh, Rivali's Gale is not ready. She's usually pretty high up on lists of favorite characters. Also, if it's not obvious, I didn't really have much of a plan for this episode. I'm just kind of wandering around and rambling, and so I hope you forgive me. But anyway, um, I don't know. I think it's also pretty stark contrast between Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild, because Twilight Princess was a very straight line kind of a story. You know, it's very much you're just going from point A to point B, much like most other Zelda games. But they did something cool with it. And while Breath of the Wild does have a huge benefit of just being awesome, oh, hold on, let's deal with this. You know, the thing we came here to do. I came here to do. I just kind of dragged you along and rambled into your ears. You've done well to find your way to this spring. You who have overcome numerous trials and obtained the spirit orbs. The one you see before you is an attendant of the Spring of Wisdom. This is Nadra, the blue spirit of Lanayru. This servant of the goddess has looked over spirits of this land for ages, unknown to the world of man. However, the dreaded malice unleashed by Calamity Ganon has possessed its body and reduced it to this state. You who have received the spirit orbs, free Nadra from this malice. Show what your power can achieve. Growth! I guess that's a good time for Rivali's Gale to come back. Actually, I was going to take a picture, but decided we might as well just get the boss fight over with. Okay, see you later, buddy. Quick, after her. That's interesting. I guess the goddess statue referred to Nadra as it. Didn't use any pronouns besides it. But I'm pretty sure if you look at the descriptions in the photos, or like somewhere, the dragons are given female pronouns. They're described as she. How am I going to get close enough? I guess I just have to use Rivali's Gale. That's fine by me. Oh, not enough lead. Okay. You know, I guess I should have hit somewhere not, like, right in my face immediately so that I could just hit the head for, I don't know, whatever. It's fine. So, yeah, I guess the point of all my rambling was, I guess I prefer Twilight Princess's style of story, especially since it made good use of an interesting character. But I don't hate Breath of the Wild story. I just don't think it's as good. Are you? I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be like. Okay, there you go. All right. Now we can keep going. See if I can head her off a little bit. I don't have enough faith in my bow skills to try and hit. Well, no. No, I'll just get up close. Is that too much of a lead? Oh, that wasn't even close. Okay. This should be better. Cool. Okay. I was a little afraid she was going to hit me there. We're good, though. And then she's going to float around these forests here. Yeah, it's not open yet, is it? No. That would be too easy. Korok. Okay, I marked it on the map. We'll come back to the Korok later. Cool. Alright. Not a bad shot if I do say so myself, even if it was a little bit behind. I didn't lead it enough, but that's fine. I was hitting a really big target. Yay! She's better. I think it'll just warp me back up to the top of the Nehru. So hopefully I don't have to make that climb again. That would be pretty obnoxious. Okay, good. Thanks to your efforts, Nadra, the spirit of Mount Lanayru, has been freed from the grips of an evil power. But a single ceremony remains. Now, loose your arrow through the body of Nadra to free the spirit of this region. Okay, I will, but first, let me take a selfie. But it's not a selfie. Reference doesn't really work if you're not actually doing the thing, does it? Hello. Sorry. Gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, okay. The camera froze for a second. That is the spirit nature scale that fell when your arrow struck. It serves as proof of the courage you received from the one who served the spring since ancient times. My goodness. Come, offer a scale from the blue spirit nature to the spring of wisdom. Okay. This precious scale fell from the blue spirit nature. It contains a bitter cold within. You can use it in cooking, but just eating it seems like a waste. What if I use it as a potion? Or what if I use it like this? I think that's probably just their way of telling you, like, hey, there's something in particular you gotta use this for. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But it's fine, Zelda. I got this. The path has shown itself. Now go forth. Okay. Yep. The camera really lingers on that shrine there. What'd you bring me? Garbage. That's what you brought me. Alright, and this should be enough spirit orbs for me to go and get another heart, which I will do between episodes if I don't forget like a dingus again. Spirit orb. Alright, I think that's probably a good place to call it an episode. And I think that was like everything that I was hoping to get done, so I'm quite pleased with that. And on the next episode, I'm thinking we'll probably head down south and scour out the Faron region. Just want to make sure there weren't any shrines that I like left without. Yeah, okay, good. I've been trying to like activate them, but leave them alone so that I can record it. But nope, we're all good. So yeah, I think the next episode we'll just go ahead and go on through the Faron region, see what we can find there. And so until then, I will see you later.